of Hotels 211 on Tuesday afternoon. You know what? I got a story. Okay, of course. I mean, it's all family related, but the show still must go on, right? So we got a lot to cover today. Hopefully you guys are ready. I get just a little bit to cover, but not a lot. But everything's important. So especially when it comes to hospitality. Today is Tuesday, July 11th, and we're gonna do the intro now. So you guys know I changed up my format. So I do a little talk first, then the intro, then come back for the show. Okay, so hold tight. We're gonna do the intro, and then we're gonna come back and do the show. Okay, so hold tight.
Welcome to On Air with Russell of Hotels, where we talk about everything hospitality, from hotels to influencers and everything in between. We will feature guest interviews with hospitality professionals who will share their experiences. Your host, Russell Edmond, has spent over 25 years in the hospitality industry, beginning his career with Marriott International in hotel operations before moving into the sales arena and becoming a relationship building director of sales and marketing. Russell then went to the other side as a hospitality entrepreneur. He now consults in the hotel and meeting space, which includes being the CEO of Russell of Hotels Group. Did I mention he was a veggie foodie? Yes. Russell is always looking for good non meat eats. Please welcome your host, Russell Edmond.
Good afternoon again, and thank you so much for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels Live Hospitality Talk Show. Thank you guys so much for joining. Like I said, I know I'm late. I had some things I needed to attend to. I attended a funeral this morning for an aunt of mine who passed away last week, so I had to do that. And then, of course, my regular duties where I have to pick up people from school and all that kind of stuff. So, hey, you know what? But I said, you know what? The show still must go on, right? So I was available to do it. Yeah, I'm a little late, but that's okay. But I appreciate everyone that will tune in. They may not be here on the live, right now, live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, but you'll at least be there for the replay. So I appreciate it. But just in case you are here for the live show, the comments are on. So go ahead in the little chat box, type in whatever comments you want to make. Hey, what's going on? Hey, thank you so much. Hey, I was wondering if you're gonna come on today, or whatever the case may be. I do appreciate it. So, and I appreciate people for being patient and still rolling with me regardless. If I'm a little off today, okay, so sue me, okay, all right. What can I do, right? When you got family obligations, you got to do what you have to do, right? But the show still goes on, so I'm here. So anyway, so we got some stuff to cover. Hey, you guys know about the work stoppage here or the strike here? I forgot it was Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday, and hey, you got this. Like I said, I'm a little late, but I thank you so much, Marsha. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. See, if you make your comments, I can put your comments right there. She forgot it was Tuesday. In fact, she was at we were at a services this morning for an aunt of ours out of from Blythe. So we just got to make sure we go and represent and say hello to the family and give love and all that kind of stuff. So hey, that's what it's all about. Family first, okay? Show second. All right. So there you go. So but thank you so much, Barsha. Appreciate it. And so what was I saying? So I don't remember what the heck I was saying. Anyway, but today's Tuesday, July 11th. It is show number 213. It is we're live on YouTube, live on LinkedIn. Remember the replay is on the same platforms as well as I'll put it on Facebook and Twitter. And then this is actually a traditional podcast. What does that mean, traditional? Where it's recording the audio only, so people want to take it on the go kind of thing. So yeah, once this is over, I'm recording the audio currently. Then once it's over, then of course it gets uploaded to the podcast platform, which is Spotify, and then you can, download it from there or whatever the heck you do on Spotify. So there you go. So that's for the people that, just want to take me on the go and don't want to see me like, I don't want to see what this guy looks like. I just want to hear him. He has something good to say, but I don't care what he looks like. But anyway, whatever that means. Let's see. Yeah, I got a couple things to go over. Oh, you guys know about the work stoppage. That's what I was talking about. The work stoppage, the strike going on. As far as I know, they're striking again today. Okay, so I know they resumed yesterday. I know I mentioned that they had paused, meaning after the holidays they had, taken a couple days off, right, and then they went back to striking. So unless I haven't checked the news later, I mean, is last couple hours, but from what I understand, they're still going on. They are still striking today. Who knows how long is this going to take? I mean, I guess as long as it takes for an agreement, to be signed or to talk about or whatever. So, but that's what's going on. So, from what I understand, I saw 9 hotels here in LA that are on strike, and then another 2 or 3 in Orange County. But there are 60 hotels, at least 60 hotels that are union, that are unionized. Okay, so I'm not sure if all of them are on strike or just the 9 or 9, 10, 11 of those hotels that are on strike. I'm not sure, but each hotel has their own agreement to sign with the union. Okay, so that's how that works, right? So it's not just like one big union contract, which I thought that's how it was, but it's not just one big union contract and we sign it and then everybody goes back to work. No, there's union agreements with each individual hotel. So that's what we're waiting for. So there you go. Hey, Robin, how are you? Robin Coleman says, "Hey there, Rockstar. Happy to tune in." No, thank you so much. And I apologize for the people that may have been like waiting, like, "Hey, this thing's supposed to come in at 1 o'clock. It's like 2 o'clock and no Russell." But hey, like I said, I had the family obligation earlier. But I'm here, right? I'm here, and we're gonna get through. We're gonna get through it. Okay. So I appreciate everyone who is patient or maybe coming on now. Robin Coleman, thank you so much. You're a rock star. I appreciate you. So I'm still waiting to hear, when you want to come on the show, right? So give me some dates and we can move forward with that. Um, so she actually reached out to me last week, and I appreciate this, right? So just real quick, I do appreciate, people reaching out, people, within the hospitality space that reach out and say, "Hey, what do you think about me coming on the show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Everybody has a story, right? There's no two people got in this industry alike. Robin is like a firecracker out there, and I appreciate her enthusiasm and all the things that she gets her employees involved in things, and these are things that she's posting, right? So I appreciate the things that people will post, right, about what goes on in their departments, in their hotels, whatever. Um, and there's no hiding that stuff, right? There's no faking it, right? So you can tell the people are very receptive to Robin, and I love that, right? So it's all about, engaging with your employees, your associates, and getting them involved in things and just appreciating them. And we don't get enough of that, right? I don't think employees get enough of that because if we gave enough appreciation or showed enough appreciation to our employees, I don't think a lot of them would be on strike, okay? So I'm just throwing it out there. I don't think a lot of them would have left. I don't think a lot of them will be on strike because they know they're being taken care of, right? So, but anyway, enough of that, right? But I just read the room, right? I just see what's going on, and I see, the people that take care of their employees, the employees are more likely to do anything for them. Okay, and I'm not like I said, when I come from a place of experience, and I know enough to see, I can look at an operation either on video or in person and see what's going on and see if the people really do respect, their managers or their directors or whatever it is. And I can definitely tell that Robin got it going on. Okay, so there you go. But no, I'm looking forward to that, Robin. Get you on this show, and we can chop it up. We can talk about stuff, Bo. But until then, let's move forward, okay? So, where am I? Where am I? So, show number 213. Did I mention that? Show 213. Let's see. Oh, I can't start without the brand sponsorship, right? Level Hotel, downtown Los Angeles on South Olive Street. That's downtown Los Angeles here in LA. I'm live in LA. You can go stayinglevel.com and use that promo code ROH23. That they're offering that Russell of Hotels rate, right? So that's a downtown LA hotel. It's non-union, just in case you wanted to know. And one good thing about this hotel, they're all suites, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom suites. Square footage starts off at 700 square feet. Your typical hotel room between 300 and 350 square feet. Just the FYI, okay, just in case you did not know that. But yeah, so these start off at 700 square feet. They all have kitchens. They all have washers and dryers. They have the balconies, right? All rooms have balconies, right? So how many hotels can you say that? How many hotels in LA, you can go sit outside and take advantage of this great weather they were having. In fact, we're having some spectacular weather now. So actually, it's so spectacular, it's getting warm, okay? And, you guys know I'm not into that warm stuff or too hot, okay? But it's like I want to say downtown is probably in the 80s today. It's about 70, 70, 72, 70. It's perfect weather where I am, though, okay? But I'm LA as well, but I'm a little more closer to the water than, say, downtown LA. So the weather for us would be a couple of degrees cooler. And God forbid you're out in the valley, okay? The valley section of LA County, they be in the triple digits, okay? I used to work out in Woodland Hills, and I'm like, oh, man, get me into this AC air conditioning, right? But anyway, I see Troy Hughes. Troy Hughes, hey Russell. Troy Hughes. Let me put your comment up here, Mr. Troy Hughes, Line Media. Line Media, are you heading to Connect in Minneapolis? That's a good question. No, I don't think so. I'm working on getting a long-term project, Troy, which if I get this, I won't be going. So I did put in to go, but they keep sending me things like, oh, you're missing. We asked you a couple of questions, you missed this question and this and that. I'm like, why? And I went back and forth on this thing. So I'm not sure. I'm still on the fence right now. They just sent something again. I think maybe it was Friday. They sent me something saying I had missed something. But like I said, I'm working on a project. And if I get this project, then I definitely won't be going. So, but if I'm there, of course, I can't wait to see you, dude. You know what I mean? So follow Troy Hughes with Line Media. They do the most. As far as what do you call it? Wrapping cars, wrapping planes. They'll wrap anything. Okay, so but yeah, they do a lot of promotional things for your brand, right? And he's a great guy, and he knew who I was, right? You had a trade show, and this guy comes up and says, "Hey, finally get a chance to meet Russell of Hotels." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, "I watch your show, I follow you, all this kind of stuff." I'm like, hey, I appreciate that. Have a seat. You know what I mean? So no, I appreciate you, Troy Hughes. Thank you so much. But you guys make sure you follow Troy and Line Media on all social media platforms, especially if you're looking for things you're promoting things. And he mentioned something that I did not even think about, and it had to do with like say you're wrapping let's just say a food truck, right? So you have a food truck, you want it wrapped or whatever. Well, they will do that for you, right? And they will deliver your food truck to where you're going to be. So, like, say if it's in New York or whatever. But what they do, they don't just wrap your food truck and give you the truck and say, okay, good luck. They make sure they pull permits and everything that you're going to need to operate in that particular city. I thought that was kind of dope. I'm like, wow, because a lot of people would just, that's not my job, right? I'll wrap it for you. You just tell me how you want to wrap. I'll wrap the thing and send it to you. Some don't even send it to you, right? Well, they'll deliver it for you. Of course, all that I'm sure comes at some type of price. But hey, everything is taken care of. When you mean turnkey, they will do a turnkey, meaning they will give you it's operational, but they pull permits and licenses and all the things that you need to do business in a particular city. Let's just say New York. Okay, in order for you to do a food truck in New York as a promotional thing or whatever, they will do all that stuff for you. So I thought that was very unique. So when people bring stuff up, and I haven't seen this guy in, I don't know, it's been at least 6 months. I met him, okay, and I still remember these things because his pitch or the conversation that we had, was kind of one of those memorable things, and you just remember some of the things that he mentioned, and that was one of the things that stuck out to me. So when I'm a resource, right? So when a client um, comes to me and needs something, some services similar to this, I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember Troy Hughes with Line Media and everything that he told me. What did he say? Let me see. You're Dude, no, that's just you, man. I mean, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate you. The meeting, or it wasn't even a meeting. The conversation that we had was memorable, and certain things that I remember. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, I remember a lot of the stuff you and I discussed, and you and your partner as well. So, but no, but I don't remember his name though. I remember you. Okay, probably because you've been on a couple times, right? So there you go. But no, I appreciate you, Troy. Yes, I do. I got some good news. Okay, so moving forward, congratulations to Miss Shelby Walker. I saw this on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is my source of business, right? I mean, source of getting information, right, for everything, right? So I saw this and I said, you know what? I can't go on and do a live or do my show without congratulations to Miss Shelby Walker, the new director of sales at Visit Berkeley. Now, if you guys know Shelby, she was currently she was held the same position at Visit Concord. So now she's at a bigger DMO, or Convention and Visitors Bureau. And, she's a friend of mine and a friend of the show. She's been a guest on the show. So, of course, I got to blow people up when they've been on the show. So congratulations again to Miss Shelby Walker, Director of Sales at Visit Berkeley. So just, that was just announced. I want to say, well, I got the notification on, I think it was Friday. So, and I couldn't wait, for the opportunity to blow it up again, right? So no, Shelby, congratulations. Very proud of you. Continue what you do, and be the face of Berkeley. Continue just like you was the face of Concord. Be the face of Berkeley, which I already know you will. So I don't know why I'm even saying that. But no, I just want to congratulate Miss Shelby Walker, Director of Sales at Visit Berkeley. I'm not sure if she started yet. Maybe she started already. I don't know. But you guys, when you see her, just say, hey, that Russell Hotels, he congratulated you on his show. He thinks you're something else. That was funny. Anyway, okay, next. Oh, I'm just congratulating everybody today. Okay, so congrats to Miss Veronica Rivera. Another friend of the show, friend of mine. This is an award that MPI, Meeting Professionals International, San Diego chapter, gave Veronica, which I ain't surprised about any of the stuff that Veronica's getting okay these days, because Veronica's dope. Just in case you did not know, Veronica's one of my favorite people. Veronica, when I say the face of a brand, specifically a CVB, a DMO, Veronica Rivera is that for San Diego, okay, for let's go San Diego Tourism Authority, okay. So she is the face of that brand. I cannot think about Veronica without thinking about San Diego. I can't think about San Diego without thinking about Veronica. But well-deserved Industry Innovator Award. So congratulations to Miss Veronica. So make sure you guys, when you see her again or see her and you say, that Russell, he's just thanking everybody, congratulating everybody. He's something else. But no, I love Veronica, and she's great. Okay, I've known her for a while, and like I said, this stuff does not surprise me, but it's always good to see that other people around the world recognize the people that I know were fire. Okay, there you go. And then thank you to Miss Stacia Harvey Rando. She's with Black Women of Hospitality. Now, and just in case you did not see the what is it called, the daily check-in, you guys know, in addition to this show, which is On Air with Russell of Hotels, comes on every Tuesday, supposedly at 1 o'clock. It does come on at 1 o'clock, but today is a one-off. Okay, so give me some grace here. Give me your break. But she came on Friday to do the daily check-in with me. Okay, and she was available at at noon, which was 9 o'clock my time, right? So she's in Atlanta, I'm here in LA, and she wanted to come on the show, and I said, yeah, of course. I go, what time? She goes, 9 o'clock. I said, 9 o'clock your time or my time? Either one would have been early, right? But yeah, so she came on, and if you guys have not seen that conversation, you need to check it out. It is here. The replay is on LinkedIn and YouTube, and I think I put it on Facebook and Twitter as well. So make sure you guys check that out on my page, Russell Edmond. Make sure you check out my LinkedIn page or my YouTube or Facebook, whatever your choice. But just make sure you see the conversation her and I had. You just see the passion for the industry. She said something that I have not heard anyone else say, is that she said hospitality is a calling. It ain't no job. It's a calling. And I'm like, wow, I've never heard it said like that before. And she's absolutely right, right? It's definitely a calling, you because everybody can't do it. Everybody cannot work in a hotel, okay? Especially like starting at the front desk or PBX and things like that, where there's just constant interaction with people, with guests and other departments and other managers and other employees. And you're always on stage, right? You know how they say, like Disney, you're always performing, you're always on stage. Well, yeah, the front desk, you're always on stage, you're always performing. And that's where she started, right? So she tells her story. In fact, I turned it into like, it wasn't just a daily check-in. It was a daily check-in, but we kind of did a little bit of what I would do on the show, a little bit of, did you choose hospitality? Did hospitality choose you? I mean, you got a little bit of everything from that conversation. But everything was just all about her enthusiasm and her confidence and how she, was basically in a rut, and she knew she was in a rut, but it was based on her. It wasn't based on anyone else, right? So she took ownership and responsibility for certain things. And finally, sometimes we're in a rut and we say, well, either you ever heard the term, we gotta crap or get out the pot? You ever heard of that? I'm cleaning this up, right? Either you gotta crap or get out the pot. Which one are you gonna do? Okay. So she realized that, but make sure you listen to it and you'll see some things that I'm talking about. Okay. I may be throwing some extra in there, but you know what? It's okay. All right. But yeah, so check it out. Miss Stacia Harvey Randall, Black Women of Hospitality, how she got and how they got even started this organization, right? We all went through pitfalls to get to where we are, but the Black Women of Hospitality helps people that are coming up in the industry maybe avoid some of the pitfalls. People like Stacia and some of the other people within that organization, they may be able to level that field or at least let you know where the landmines are. Okay, the mines are over here, but I want you to go this way. You know what I mean? So, if everyone had it, I'll just say if I had, someone to kind of, these are all the pitfalls are going to be. Okay, and that would have been great. But some of us didn't have that. But that doesn't mean that we can't do it for the people that are coming behind us. So, and that's what it's all about, right? Sometimes people want to see people that look like them. Okay, if they can do it, then I can do it. You know what I mean? And then because a lot of people don't even know that hospitality is a viable option as far as a career choice or a calling. Okay, learn that one. So if you see someone, then like looks like he's like, oh, well, maybe let me ask her this question, because you just never know. You never know one's path. You never know how they got there, and you never know how someone can help you unless you ask. So there you go. So make sure you check that out as well. I see a comment. Let's see. Mr. Robin Coleman says, Stacia interview was fire. Thank you so much. It was. I mean, I'm not sure if you're thanking me, but no, it was definitely probably one of the best conversations I've had. And I don't call them interviews, right? Because it's just two people having a conversation about hospitality, right? So it's not an interview because I wasn't looking for a job. She wasn't looking for a job. She got one. Okay. So it wasn't an interview. It was a conversation. And that's how I love when I'm doing these shows and have people come on. It's about, two people just talking about the industry that they love, and no two people got in the industry alike. So she's telling me about how she got in the industry. I'm asking some questions about it, but it's just a back and forth banter. It's not, I wasn't Well, what do you think about this? Oh, no, it was just a conversation that just flowed like crazy. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. Of course, Robin saw it because she said it's fire. Okay, so she had to have seen it, right? She was there. So yeah, so just make sure you guys check it out. I would appreciate it. But thank you again, Stacia. I appreciate you coming on. And we'll have to do the longer version, meaning you have to come on this show where we have more, more time to have an extended conversation. Because there's some things that, you didn't get a chance to cover everything, but we got enough information to go off of. So there you go. There you go. Oh, okay. Oh, dang! I just jumped in here, right? Normally I got like a pause between this, but I guess I didn't even pay attention to it. But so the topic today, as if you didn't see it, insurance coverage for hotel events. Okay, so I do hotel site selection, right? That's one of the several things that I do, right? And because you guys have known, if you guys have been following me, you've been watching the shows, I've been going over, a couple of different topics like finding business for sales managers, trade show protocols, what guests expect or expectation of guests, using LinkedIn for business, or using LinkedIn to research, people you or companies that you may want to do business with, right? So I say, what can I do today? What can I talk about today? And I just remember everything or a lot of things I talk about is based on my experiences. So, of course, you guys know I do hotel site selection, right? So some of my groups require some type of insurance, right? So we got in this conversation with one of my clients about insurance, and these things are important, but a lot of times we don't even think about it. We forget about it until, we don't think about it until we get in trouble and like, whoa, God, I didn't even know that. Some people don't even know there is insurance for events. Okay, but yes, there actually are insurances for different events and things like that. So I said, you know what? Maybe that'd be something that I cover today. And boom, here it is. Okay, so here it is. So those are the topics, and I'll go through each one. And of course, I got a paragraph for each one. Okay, it's not just number one, general liability insurance, and then I go to number two. No, I got some stuff in here, so just bear with me. So when hosting an event at a hotel, it is crucial to have appropriate insurance coverage in place to protect yourself, the hotel, and the attendees. Here are some types of insurance coverage you may need to consider. Number one, general liability insurance. This insurance provides coverage for bodily injury or property damage that may occur during the event. It protects you from potential legal claims if someone is injured or their property is damaged at the event. So remember, because a lot of people say, well, the hotel should have this insurance. The hotel should have a lot of things. But if you're in charge of it, if it's a separate company event or your event, you want to make sure you're covered. Because believe me, the hotel is going to turn that over to you. Okay, they may file on their side, but at the end of the day, I hate that term at the end of the day, but I always use it, right? So they're going to make sure that they're going to put their finger at you, like, well, it was your event, and you needed to make sure you had this coverage. So make sure that you have general liability insurance. It protects you from potential legal claims if someone is injured or their property is damaged at your event. Okay, so make sure you have general liability insurance. Number two, liquor liability. That's a good one. Liquor liability insurance. If you plan to serve alcohol at the event, you may need liquor liability insurance. This coverage protects you from liabilities arising from alcohol-related incidents, such as accidents or injuries caused by intoxicated individuals. Okay, so you want to make sure, especially we're serving all this alcohol, because you don't know, you can't monitor everything, right? The bartender may be a little loose with the pouring. His pouring technique, he may not have a technique. He just going through liquor, okay, getting people liquored up. And what happens if someone leaves, gets hurt, gets injured? Well, who's responsible? Well, where'd you get that from? Where were you? Was that an event at the A hotel? the X Hotel, whatever hotel, Hotel One. I was at Hotel One. Oh, really? Okay. But Russell threw that event. Russell of hotels. He threw that event. Okay. Well, now who they going after? First, they're gonna go after the hotel, right? Okay. But the hotel's gonna have their own license there. Okay. But they're gonna quickly find out that okay, this was a private event. Yeah, it did happen at our hotel, but we were not in charge of pouring liquor, pouring alcohol, anything like that. Who was in charge of that? Well, Russell of Hotels was. Well, who's Russell? Okay, and then now they're coming after me. Now, if I don't have the insurance, if I have insurance, they just go after the insurance company. Okay, well, I already paid, the premium or whatever. So now it's the issue between whoever was injured and the insurance company. But if I didn't have insurance, well, guess who they're going after now? They're going after me personally. Okay, my company. And then if I don't have a LLC, then okay, now they're going after me personally. Okay, so LLC, corporation, now that's something else. Okay, that's something totally different. But just the FYI, LLC will stands in the way of you, and it stands in the way of someone in your personal, your personal business or personal account or whatever, right? So LLC is the company, right? So if it hits the LLC, then that doesn't hit you personally. Okay, but if you don't have an LLC, it doesn't protect you. So LLC is meant to protect you. It's the business entity, and it's your personal you entity, right? So if you have an LLC, it stops right there at the LLC. It doesn't go any further than that. Okay, but if you don't have an LLC, guess what? They're going after you. So just make sure not to get involved in like the legalities of LLC versus whatever corporation or whatever. That's on you. But we're talking about insurance coverage for hotel events. So liquor liability, make sure you have that insurance if you plan to serve alcohol at your event. And it's better to be safe than sorry, because some people say, well, I've done it before and I didn't get in trouble. Yeah, you just been lucky. Okay, but why not have a little peace of mind out there? Just pay the extra couple of dollars, and it's really not that expensive. Okay, so pay the couple extra dollars, get it so you ain't got to worry about it, so you can sleep at night, or sleep at least that night of the event. So number 3, property insurance. Property insurance, while the hotel will likely have property insurance, it may not cover your personal belongings or equipment brought to the event. Consider obtaining property insurance to protect your own items against theft, loss, or damage during the event. That's kind of self-explanatory, right? So make sure you have property insurance as well. Number 4, event cancellation experience. Now, how many people have canceled events? And of course, what does a hotel do? Well, you can cancel, but look at your cancellation fee. Event cancellation insurance. This type of insurance safeguards you against financial losses if unforeseen circumstances force you to cancel or reschedule the event. It can cover expenses like deposits, venue costs, and other non-recoverable expenses. So you probably didn't even know that even existed, huh? Number 5, workers' comp insurance. California especially. Workers' compensation insurance. If you have hired staff or contractors to help you with the event, you may need workers' compensation insurance. It provides medical benefits and wage replacement to employees or workers injured during the event setup or duration. That is so important. And this, I'm going to give you an example. And this has nothing to do with any event at a hotel. Okay. This had to do with a neighbor of mine years ago who hired somebody to come and move some stuff from Home Depot. Okay. So a neighbor of mine, you know how you're at Home Depot, you see these workers and whatever. He just needed some help with moving some stuff, right? So the workers came over. He's at Home Depot. He saw him. Hey, I need a couple of guys to come help me, move some stuff out of my yard, from the backyard to this dumpster. Let's just say, for an example. So he did that. Everything went fine. He paid them, and they left. They went on their way. No one said anything about anything. There's just, okay, they got their money. They left. Okay, the gentleman gets a letter. My neighbor gets a letter from an attorney. Okay, and saying one of the guys that helped him that day injured himself. Okay, so it was a workers' comp claim. Okay, long story short, It ended up costing my neighbor $20,000. Boom. Okay. So what's the moral of the story? Either have insurance or don't hire anybody from Home Depot. One of the two. Which one is it? So make sure. I know this was not event related, but it's the same thing that can happen. You hire somebody, they come in, they leave, you think everything is fine, and then you get a letter. Next conversation or correspondence you get is from an attorney. It does happen. So make sure, and to this day, I've never hired anybody from Home Depot based on that story that my neighbor told me. Okay, never. And I believe me, I wanted to. Like, hey, I just need one guy for like a couple hours or whatever. Like the guys who stand in front looking for. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Home Depot meaning the people that are not employees of Home Depot. These are people that want work. They just happen to be at Home Depot. Okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Marsha. That's exactly what I'm referring to. Like the guys, yes, the guys that a lot of people hire. Okay, this is what happened. He hired someone. I already said the story, but I'll say it again because she just threw it out there. My neighbor hired someone and ended up costing him $20,000 because the gentleman who worked for him, who did like a couple hours of work, and he never said anything was wrong. He got his money. He left, went home. The next week, my neighbor received a letter from an attorney saying that it was a workers' comp claim, saying that someone that had worked for him it had gotten hurt. He couldn't deny it because, yeah, it did happen. They paid him, whatever. The guy had the address, had everything. Obviously, had the address if the letter came to his house. Okay, so it's the same thing. So if you hire someone, make sure you have workers' comp insurance. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, so if you're offering, I'll just read it again. If you're offering professional services or advice during the event, such as speakers. Oh, I'm sorry. Workers' comp insurance. I'm getting ahead of myself. Workers' comp insurance. If you have hired staff or contractors to help with the event, you may need workers' compensation insurance. It provides medical benefits and wage replacement to employees or workers injured during the event setup or duration. So just make sure you take care of yourself. Number 6, professional liability insurance. Professional liability insurance. If you're offering professional services or advice during the event, such as speakers, consultants, or event planners, professional liability insurance, also known as errors and omissions insurance, can protect you from claims related to negligence, errors, or mistakes in your personal services. Okay, so if you write something like errors and omissions, so say you have a contract between two parties and you miss something in there, so you didn't write something in there. This protects that. And also, if you're offering professional services and things like that, such as speakers, whatever, it also protects you against them as well. So just make sure you have those insurance. And insurance companies, and I can't remember, let's see, did I write down one of the insurance companies? Now, if you have questions about what insurance companies would handle that, you need to reach out to me. Because I'm not trying to give anybody any just free referrals today. So, because I know someone's out there like, well, what insurance companies do you use? Well, no, I use a couple, but I'm not just going to throw that out there unless somebody wants it. They can reach out to me, and I'll definitely give it to you. I got it written right there too. I was about to say it, but no. But yeah, Marsha says, wow. So yeah, so that happens. So make sure that you are, protecting yourself. So, and also there's an insurance, and I'm just going to throw this on there. It's called on-own insurance. It's a rider that rides on your home insurance. So say if you do have work done at your house, it will protect anyone that was working for you. So it's called on-own insurance. It's actually a rider that rides on your regular home insurance that you have for your home. On-own is what it's called. You can ask your insurance, whoever writes your insurance for you, ask them, your insurance broker or whatever, agent, ask them about on-own insurance, and it protects you just in case you were having work at your home. And let's say you hired a handyman versus a contractor. okay? Because most contractors have workers' comp insurance. Well, a lot of them do. Some of them don't. But you want to make sure you ask that, because if they don't have workers' comp insurance, ask your, like I said, your whoever your insurance carrier for on own insurance, and it possibly will protect. It's a rider. Of course you got to pay extra for it, but I'm just throwing that information out there. Has nothing to do with hospitality, but because I was talking about that, I opened the door for that. So there you go. Woo! So I'm just dropping some nuggets today. Okay, 3. Boom. Change scenery. Be intentional, be you, be represented. Okay. So be intentional. I'm really intentional about what I do these days, right? Make decisions and take action on what's important to you. Whatever is important to you, you do it. It's important to me that I continue to show up and do this show, regardless if it's at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, which I happen to be late today. But I'm intentional about making sure I do these shows and that people know that, oh, Russell didn't fall off the face of the earth. Because I think I'm only as good as this last show I've done. Okay. Because in this, what they call it, cancel culture, if you don't show up, people will cancel you. They're like, "Oh, Russell didn't show up. I'll move on to something else." You know what I mean? So that's how I look. That's how I look at it. That's how I think about it. That's why I continue to post things, to continue to educate people on the hospitality space. Like today had to do with insurance. Okay, a lot of people don't even know about event insurance and things like that. They have done events for years and they never got burned, which is good. Knock on wood, or knock on something, right? But doesn't mean that you won't get caught one day. So it's always better to err on the side of caution, pay that little extra money, a couple $100, and then sleep well at night. Okay, that's how I do it. But like I said, these things or these topics that I come up with come from experience. Okay, so I have a couple of groups that are coming up by the end of this year, and insurance came up, and we had to work towards finding an insurance company. We found them. They had everything that they needed. They had all those insurance, workers comp, event cancellation, liquor liability. I mean, all general liability insurance. It had all those, and like I said, it was not overly expensive. And for this type of group, it's best that they just do it, because they don't want to get caught with their pants down, so to speak. So they're like, hey, whatever it costs, we're gonna do it, because they do these events all the time, all over the United States, and they don't want to get caught up in, because some laws, some states, depending on what state you're in, may not require certain things, right? So make sure it's not one thing fits all for every state. Okay, so you're gonna have to do state specific sometimes. Okay, and some, like there's a couple insurance companies that will cover every state, right? So, but you have to ask those extra questions, right? You can't just assume anything. Okay, so there you go. So, like I said, it's based on my experiences. So, yeah, be intentional, make decisions, and take action on what's important. You be you. I can't be no one else, right? It's hard enough being Russell Edmond. Okay, I can't be somebody else. So just be you. If that means you're trying to be funny, then that's what you do. That's who you are. So if I came on here and I didn't laugh at all and just started trying to be, this serious dude, I'm like, people be like, click, hang up, don't want to listen to this dude. What happened to him? He done went crazy. Okay, why is he so serious now? But that's not me, right? That's not me. I'm gonna laugh about something, right? So be you, be represented, because your representation, or in this case, my representation, matters. It matters that people that look like me know that I do these shows, right? That come on here with my experience, because I'm trying to help out that next generation of people, of hospitality people. They look like me or they don't look like me, okay? But of course, I'm going to resonate with people that look like me, because they're going to say, oh, I didn't think I could do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can do it, right? Because if I can do it, anybody can do it. No matter what you look like. If I can do it, anybody can do it. They can do the talk shows. They can gather this experience that I've amassed over the years. Yeah, you need 25, 30 years to do it, right? But and you need at least 14 hotels, different positions, but it can be done. I mean, you don't have to do all that stuff. But the experience, what I'm trying to say, the experience that I have amassed, you can do it too. But it just depends on what you're trying to do. Do you have a calling to be in this industry, in this space? Because it is different. But I think it's so fun, it's so rewarding. I could not have thought of anything else. I tried too. Don't get me wrong. I've tried, to do something else, to do other things, right? But just when you think you're out, they keep pulling me back in. Oh, so oh man. So but no, I've traveled doing this, in this industry. I've gone places that I never thought I would go. I've been to almost every major city in the United States. Yeah, most of them, most of them, most of them. And even a couple countries on the job, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I've been happy, and I'm still traveling. I'm still doing it, for the business, right? So I do things now. I'm seeing a lot more than I've ever seen before. So, but there you go. I mean, so you can be intentional. You can be you. You can be represented. You can do all those things if you want to do. So don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. If you've got questions, I am a resource for this industry. So feel free to reach out at any time. Ask me questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? Whatever. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. It's up to you how you want to, what you want to ask. Okay. So these are a couple of things that I do because everybody wants to, I do a lot of different things, but I'm the brand who helps your brand. What I do and how I can help you. So always remember that I always try to hospitality personality, content creators, sales training for general managers, hotel site selection. Those are some of the things that I do, right? I always want to let people know, you let people know three things: who you are, what you do, and how you can help, right? So those are things. And yeah, top 30 podcasts, 100 most, yeah. Those are great accolades, but you know what? Those don't come without putting yourself out there as well. So, like I said, I'm a resource, so feel free to reach out at any time. That was my email address. So, all this stuff comes with being intentional. Okay, that stuff didn't just happen. The accolades or whatever, which I mean, I appreciate them. Yes, that's great, but you still have to show up. You still got to do things. You still got to, be represented. Still got to show up to events. You got to meet as many people as you can. You got to still put out content, consistently. Okay, which I do, right? I haven't stopped since I started putting out content. I have not stopped. Some people are like, dang, don't you're always putting something out? Well, because like I said a little while ago, I always feel if I don't put something out, then people will cancel you. Okay, this cancel culture. Someone will, you didn't do enough, so boom, you're done. I'll bring somebody else in. Okay, that's how I look at it, right? So the more I put out, the more people are going to ask questions. The more people are going to be interested in what I do. Okay, or what I've done or what I can do, especially when it comes to being your best brand advocate. Okay, well, you should be your best brand advocate, but who is your best brand advocate? You are, right? So if you have a brand, you're putting out a brand, you started a brand, you're the one that has to be, with the with the pom poms. Okay, you have to be the one making the making the most noise or kicking up the most dust. Like my dad would say, he was kicking up all kind of dust or kicking up sand. That's what he would always say. That means he was, he was yeah, well, yeah, he wanted to be noticed, right? So he's kicking up dust and kicking up sand. Okay, so that's what you got to do. You have to be your best brand advocate, and hopefully, all the postings and the lives that I do, the show on air with Russell of Hotels, that's being my best brand advocate. Okay, so, but if you can't be your best brand advocate, you need to hire someone to do it. So that's where someone like Russell of Hotels would come in to assist people with, let you know how to do that. What's the frequency you should do it? How do I do it? Where do I start? You know what I mean? So you have to start somewhere, right? So what do you do to keep your brand relevant? Okay, so who's your best brand advocate? That's me or you. And then, well, how do you keep your brand relevant? What do you do? What do you do? You got to be consistent. How do I increase my social media engagement? A lot of people ask me that. How do you do it? Why do you do it? Well, you got to be consistent. Okay, that's how you do it. Be consistent. That means consistently posting things or talking about things. Have someone interesting, have things interesting for people to talk about. I've been posting things about finding business. You know, if you're a hotel sales manager, how do you find business? What about going to trade shows? What's the protocol for that? What do guests expect? I put out something about that. Using LinkedIn for business. I put things out about that, right? So I put step by step on how to achieve those things or what the guest is looking for and how to maybe position your hotel, to assist that guest, right? So make sure, like I said, I try to be a resource. I try to put out information out there that's important to people, that's of value, be consistent. So make sure you check LinkedIn, and I talk about all that stuff. So I have step-by-step things on, like I said, finding business for salespeople. And I got more stuff. I just haven't, I had to, I'm not saying take a break from it, but no, I talked about something else today. I talked about the insurance, the steps or the different types of insurance that you should consider if you have events. A lot of meeting planners do a lot of things. A lot of meeting planners don't talk about insurance, okay, unless the client happens to bring it up, right? And then sometimes like, well, I didn't know. I didn't even think about that. Well, these are things that we need to think about because it does come up and we need to make sure our clients are covered. So even if the client does not bring it up, you suggest it, okay? And if they don't want to do it, then that's up to them. But if you never brought it up, then something happens like, well, you never brought that up. Oh, darn it. So make sure we bring that stuff out, okay? So consistency, add value. Hopefully I just added a bunch of value right there. I just dropped some gems and some diamonds. Anyway, so add value and then once again, be authentic. Be you, okay? Be you on how you deliver this stuff. Don't try to be someone else. Be you. Be the best person. No, I ain't saying all that. I'm saying be authentic. Be real. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So how do I increase social media engagement? I'm consistent. I'm adding value, and I'm being authentic. Even in my postings, I'm being me. Okay, like I'm posting something with music. Well, it's the music that I listen to, right? It ain't just the music that I just pull because it's trending. Oh, I'm gonna use some trending music. That's all fine and dandy, but sometimes I look at the video, I'm like, well, what is the best music that goes with this video? Okay. It's not always trending music. And how do you know what's going to be trending anyway? I mean, you see what's trending already. Well, how long has it been trending? Well, you don't know. And who's to say that if I post something, some random song, that it's not going to be trending too? So there you go. That just throws out that old theory. Oh, we got to use some music that's trending. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Or you can kind of link a song up with the video that you're showing, or the reel, or whatever the heck it happens to be. What are the tools I use? Now that you know all that stuff, what are the tools that you use? First of all, I use various platforms. I'm not going to tell you exactly. Okay, I do reels. I do what's the new thing? Gosh, I can't think of the new thing. What's the new thing on Instagram? Dang, what can I think? I can't think of it. But anyway, I haven't used it yet, but threads. So look in the threads, reels, YouTube shorts, TikTok videos are huge, right? Everybody thought, a year ago, oh, TikTok is just for kids and this and that. I always mention that a couple of years ago, the biggest demographic for TikTok was basically mothers, and the age was like 30 to 35 or something like that, because of their kids, right? So the mothers were watching their kids do their videos. So if you were, promoting or trying to focus on the mothers, then you would have got a lot more hits, right? But a lot of people didn't. They shied away from TikTok because they're seeing all these silly videos where that was just a small percentage of it. But you got to look at who's on TikTok. Why are they on TikTok? Those are things that you should be looking at. Not, oh, I see these silly videos and this and that. Do your research on these things, right? So Now, of course, now you're seeing more. TikTok is kind of it's maturing a little bit now, and some of the people are maturing and putting more serious messages on there. Okay. I see a lot more people use it as like almost like a Pinterest to see, where people are traveling. Okay. Well, they look at, they see they're traveling all these places. Well, they're getting information from TikTok. I know people now that they look at TikTok because they're looking for, ideas for trips, things like that. Because people are posting things on TikTok. So don't sleep. I always say that. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on TikTok. Okay. Do I use as much as I should? No, I don't. But I probably will. Okay. But no, yeah. I do have a TikTok page. I've always had a TikTok page. So I don't post as much. I'm not religiously posting on there, but I do post on there. But use various platforms. Don't just get caught up on one platform because if you guys been watching me for a couple of weeks, I got put in Instagram jail again. Okay, and I don't even know the reason why. And they didn't give me a platform to comment or anything like that. So which sucks. Okay, but I was in Instagram jail for 2 weeks, 10 days, I believe. So that told me that, and that's the second time I've been in that jail. So I said, you know what? Shame on me again. Shame on me. So yeah, I'm still posting things on there, but not as much as I used to. Okay, not as much as I used to. I used to do lives every single day, not anymore. Okay, I'll do my live somewhere else and maybe post things on Instagram. Okay, I'm not saying I'm stopping to do lives and do things on Instagram altogether. I'm not doing that, but I will not put as much effort into that platform as I was doing before. Okay, because they could, we don't own the platforms. They let us use the platforms, and I understand that, right? I respect that, but I don't respect when they accuse you of things and they don't give you a platform or a page to describe what you did or ask for more information. Well, what am I being accused of, and when did I do this? So they didn't give me when I asked these questions, or I wasn't allowed to ask the questions because they give you, okay, if you disagree with this, click on this, and it's supposed to go to like a landing page where you can type in, what happened or ask questions or whatever. Well, it never even did that. So I'm like, well, how the hell are you just gonna suspend me, put me in jail, and don't give me my phone call? You know what I mean? How you gonna put me in jail? Don't give me that phone call that everybody's supposed to get. Okay, but anyway, enough of that. See, I'm giving too much on this because I'm talking about it too much. So use various platforms. Don't just use one. Use multiple platforms. Who's hiring? Okay, we're getting close to the end. How long have I been on here now? 50. Oh, okay. Okay. Time flies when you're having fun. But let me get to the job. Who's hiring? Hotel Per LA, Per LA. I think it's Hotel Per LA. They're looking for what are they looking for? Director of Sales and Marketing again. So Hotel Per LA, which is downtown LA, they're looking for Director of Sales and Marketing. Sagemont Hospitality, they're looking for a Corporate Director of Sales and Marketing. I'm not sure where that is, but it said LA, so somewhere in LA. Hotel Per LA, they're looking for a Senior Sales Manager as well. So they got two positions over there. What's going on over there? That's a relatively newer hotel. I don't think it's maybe about a year old. I haven't been there yet, and that's the next one I need to go and check out because I have not been to Hotel Per LA, which is downtown LA. And then the Biltmore, they're looking for an HR director, human resource director. Okay. Let's see. I think that's it for that. Yes, that's it. Okay, we're getting close to the end. ROH is three P's. The three P's of ROH. I normally do my along with the hiring. I normally do the non-meat eats, and you know what? I'm trying to think of the last thing. Okay, the last couple of weeks I've been, I had barbecued on the 4th, and I barbecued so much non-meat eats that I was able to freeze stuff and just pop it out, microwave it when I need to. So I did so many burgers and dogs, and I just finished them yesterday. Okay, so I've been eating like Beyond Meat, dogs and burgers. So not every day, maybe every other day, but I love some Beyond Meat. Okay, so just in case you wanted to know, I don't eat regular meat, but I do eat Beyond Meat burgers and dogs. Okay, and the dogs are good, and they get that smoky flavor too, just like regular, burgers that you would make. They get that smoke, and I made sure I smoked. I added some. They didn't have. I normally go for hickory wood, but they had like apple wood, which still gave it that that flavor, right? Which that's what you look for in smoking your meat, right, or whatever you're smoking, vegetables or whatever. So yeah, so always when you do even with charcoal. So what I do, like I use matchlight because I don't like getting extra, the lighter fluid and all that stuff. So I use matchlight, let it die down, and then soak your wood chips. Okay, in this case, I had apple wood, and once this soaked and the flame has gone down, throw those chips on there, and that's when they start to smoke. You may get another fire going on, but just a little small fire. But that's when the smokiness starts. You know, and then you put your meat on at that point. Oh man, it's so good. So anyway, I'm not trying to teach you how to barbecue or anything like that, but I'm just letting you know that's what I do. Anyway, the ROH's Russell of Hotels 3 P's: purpose, passion, perseverance. Purpose, know why you do what you do. Okay, I know how I do this. I want people to come on. I want to talk about the hospitality industry. I want to be a resource. So that's the purpose behind On Air with Russell of Hotels. All the postings that I do, the things I can do for hotels, DMOs, anything within the hospitality space, right? And then people can come on and tell their story. So that's the purpose behind this. Passion, either you have it or you don't. If I didn't have passion for what I did, I wouldn't do it. And I suggest if you don't have passion for what you do, don't do it. Okay, find something else to do. All right. And then 3, perseverance. Be consistent. Continue to evolve. Don't give up and swerve when you need to. We don't pivot here. We swerve. Okay, so if we're in the crap. You know, I'm not like pivoting. Oh, what do I do now? No, I see the crap in the horizon and I swerve around it to miss it. Okay, that's the difference between pivoting and swerving. Okay, and you're only going to hear that here. Okay, you're like, what, Russell? How the heck did he come? Where did he pull that out of? Someone's out there saying that, but that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. So one last level, stayinglevel.com. They're offering that Russell of Hotels rate. So if you're downtown LA, you need a hotel. You need a suite to stay in, 1, 2, or 3 bedroom suite, 700 square feet and up. Level Hotel, downtown LA, South Olive. Use that promo code ROH23. So that's it. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, this is Visit Long Beach, just in case you did not know. The backdrop, all the backdrop today has been Long Beach. That's like the marina in Long Beach. I love Long Beach, right? And the weather's so perfect today, I had to show this, right? So you got the Queen Mary right there, and then you got Carnival Cruise Line right there in the backdrop. You can rent jet skis over here in back of the that's the Hotel Maya. So this is in back of the Hotel Maya, which is a hotel, which is one of my favorite hotels because look at that. Look at that view right there. Come on, So one of my favorite hotels in Long Beach. But you can rent boats or jet skis back here, and you can just got all this. See, there's no one out there on a jet ski. You can have that whole marina right there to yourself. So there you go. But no, thank you guys so much for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. I know I got a late start. I appreciate you guys for just hanging in there. And even if you didn't catch the live version, make sure you can, do the replay. The replay is on LinkedIn, YouTube. It'll be on Twitter as well and Facebook. So I got you covered, right? I got you. I got you. So anyway, thank you so much. Appreciate you. You guys have a great day. Happy Tuesday, and we'll see you again at the next live, which is Daily Check-In tomorrow.
Thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. Please tune in every Tuesday at 1 p.m. as we talk to other hospitality professionals. Your feedback is important to Russell. Feel free to email him at russell@russellofhotels.com with any questions or suggestions. Until next time, try not to be a person of success. Rather, become a person of great value.